Hi everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to grid a sheet of paper. The reason we're gridding is to scale up a portion of our mural this year to double in size. In class, you've picked one of the sections of the mural to scale up. So first, before we start painting, we want to create the grid, draw in the sections of our painting, and then start painting. So today we are just going to do the grid. This is a finished example. We are doing a 2" by 2" grid. So you're going to notice the top has coordinates with alphabetical values, and the left side has numerical values. So we're going to get started. First, you're going to need a sheet of watercolor paper. If you are fully virtual, you are using whatever paper you have at home. Computer paper works fine. It'll just be slightly longer and a little bit shorter. If you are in person and you received watercolor paper, this is 9 by 9 inches. So you're going to want to start with this. You're going to need a ruler that goes to at least 9 inches, a pencil, and an eraser. You're also going to want to make sure that you keep your mural block with you. And I know that I've given out paper clips in class, so just make sure it's close by at all times. So if you look at my finished example, all of the blocks are perfect 2" squares, but the left side and the top are 1" by 2". So we're going to recreate that now. You're going to take your ruler and you're going to have the numbers facing you. You're going to pull the ruler down slightly from the top of the paper, and you're going to put a tick mark using your pencil at the odd numbers, and this will make sense later. I'm going to make sure the ruler is at the edge of the paper. Some rulers might not start at the very edge of the ruler, so just be aware if there's a gap there. We're going to make a mark at 1, 3, 5, 7, and then 9 should be the edge of the paper if you're using watercolor paper from school. Now you're going to take your ruler and pull the ruler down. You do not want to turn the edge of the paper. And you're going to make a mark at the bottom of your paper at 1, 3, 5, and 7. Make sure to hold your paper still because it can move. Now we're going to shift our paper 180 degrees to the right, and we're going to repeat the tick mark pattern. However, we're going to do even numbers now. You're going to mark 2, 4, 6, and 8. You're going to take your ruler and pull it to the bottom of the paper and mark it at 2, 4, 6, 8. Now you're going to connect your tick marks across. So what I like to do is put the ruler right under the tick marks, look left, look right, then look left again. Place your fingertips in the center of the ruler to hold it down so it doesn't shift while you're drawing your line. And I want you to draw a very light line. You might want to hold your pencil at the very end of the pencil so you don't press really hard, because we are going to slightly erase our lines. Draw your line. Place your ruler. If you make a mistake and your tick mark is not lining up with your line, you can erase it and start again. But you want each of your lines to overlap your tick marks. Now that I have my 1, 2, 3, 4 lines here, I'm going to turn my paper to the left, 180 degrees, and repeat the process. Draw light lines connecting your tick marks. Make sure you're holding the ruler down from the center so the ruler does not shift. Okay, so now we have our grid completed. At the very top, it should have 1 by 2 inch rectangles, and the left should have 1 by 2 inch rectangles, except for this corner. I recommend that you write your name, your class section. So you might be first period B day, second period A day, and then I want you to write your block number. Take your block, if you're hybrid, and look at the back of your block. It will list a number and a letter. Write that at the very top. Okay, now we're gonna label our coordinates. Notice the top is numeric. So nice and big, A, B, C, D. On the left-hand side, you're going to want to write 1, 2, 3, 4. When you're finished your grid, I like to lighten up some of these lines so they're not too dark. Once you start painting, it is not possible to lift pencil lines. So I'm just gonna take an eraser and I'm just gonna lightly, very lightly drag the eraser over the lines just to lighten it up. So I'm not going to press too hard. We don't want to remove all the lines. We just want to lighten up the lines slightly. You don't have to lighten the lines in between your numbers and your letters, just the actual 2 by 2 inch blocks. Once you are finished lightening up your lines, you're going to carefully begin drawing with pencil your portion of the mural. So now my blocks are a lot lighter because we don't want the lines to be shown through the watercolor.